Hey Susie, before we get going and saddle up, I want to ask you a question. What are the most important things you like to think about when riding a horse?
You know what, Ed? I think it's really important to have a nice clean stop on your horse. I think it's important for safety, just having that whoa button there.
And that's what we have coming up in this segment. Hello everyone, I'm Ed Adams.
And I'm Susie DeRushi, and welcome to Better Horses. We're going to trot on over to Arizona, where Al Dunning will show us how to stop your horse.
And for all you trail riders that like to get out, Kerry Kuhn from Medicine Lodge, Kansas is going to give us some tips on how to get up and down hills while trail riding.
You know, Ed, as well as I do, that horses are so therapeutic. So we're going to head on over to Lamont, Missouri, where Nathan Smith is going to show us his Leadership U program at the Show Me Christian Youth Home.
And you know how everyone loves barn tours. Hope Glenn from California, she's a hunter jumper trainer, is going to give us a tour of her barn. And we're going to wrap it up with another Hearty Grub. Chef Mark Berkdahl and Ernie Rodina is going to give us some great tips on how to fry up some Mexican enchiladas. So if you love horses or even thinking about getting into horses, this is the program for you. And it's the only horse show on your local broadcast television station.
And now airing on RFD TV. So tie up your horse and get ready for a great show.
We'll be right back.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Hey folks, good to be with you today. You know, these are trying times that we live in right now. A whole lot of questions and, well, just so few answers to be found. Well, it's no different than in the Bible. There's a prophet named Habakkuk. Oh, I can't wait to meet this character. But he had a whole lot of questions for God himself, and he found no answers. Here's what God said to him. He says, you know what, Habakkuk, if we could go down to Pearl's Cafe and have a cup of coffee, and if you asked me all your questions, and if I answered every one of them, you still would not understand. So just stand back and be utterly amazed at what I'm about to do. So it's our prayer here today at Better Horses that we can have that same attitude. Just stand back. Let God be God. Trust Him. Obey Him. Listen to Him. Follow Him. And let Him give us the answers to all those questions that we have. Hey, this is Steve Stafford. I'm the pastor at Risen Ranch Cowboy Church, a very proud member of the Better Horses family.
Hi, Better Horses TV. I'm Al Dunning here in Scottsdale, Arizona at my Almost Ranch. You know, I want to talk a little bit about stopping. You know, stopping is an important part. You know, when your horse goes, the next thing you always want to do is stop. If you're roping, you want to be able to rope your steer and have that horse set really good. Part of that rate or that set is teaching your horse to stop well. Obviously, in working cow horse, the reining, the horses have to slide, stop, or stop as they go past the cow. So we got all that stop is so important. It's one of my 5 basics for sure. So, you know, when you first start teaching a horse to stop, there's a few components you must have. Number 1, you got to teach the horse to listen to the word whoa. When I ride forward like this, whoa, and I say whoa, the horse should stop. If he doesn't stop, I stop and pull him around a little bit, maybe back him up until I can ride him off and say whoa, and he stops at the word whoa. And I don't go whoa, I say whoa. I want one stop right now when I say it. It's like I'm building a brick wall in front of my horse. The second thing is horses should listen to your body. Means that I always ride forward using my legs. If you watch my legs, you go here. I ride like this. Forward, 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 press, 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 press. Don't move a bit. Got that? Till my horse starts listening to my body. So I'm going to do that one more time. So I get into a rhythm with the horse when he's running. Forward, 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 sit. Heels down. And I don't brace up and lean way back, but I do sit down and drop my heels slightly. The third thing is a horse has to take a pull. I practice that a lot by going forward and back and picking up and seeing if I can pull that horse nice and smooth, almost like a rowing technique. Horses that are stiffer in the jaw, sometimes I need to rock one rein than the other, like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not letting the horse get a firm hold of the bit, but sliding the bit across the mouth. So all those things put together where you can go ride, sit, whoa, pick up, all makes the stop work. You know, when I first start teaching the stop, one of the things I do is I use the fence. I go walk down the fence like this. I go, whoa, and I pull their head softly into that fence. I go down the fence like this, and I go, whoa, and I pull their head into the fence to stop. If you do that and you pull softly enough, the horse won't throw their head. And it'll teach a horse to use the fence, another aid to teach the horse to stop. When you stop with your body, sit down, say whoa, and pick up the reins, or teach the horse to take the pull, as I call it. When you're all said and done, you should get a nice stop. Oh. That's what you're looking for.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
Hey Ernie, I'm glad you could be with us today. Thank you so much for letting us be on Better Horses TV, and thank you for all that you're doing for the equine industry and giving us a chance to speak to your viewers and hopefully help them with their horsemanship a little bit. So today I want to talk about using an incline to prepare your horse for when you go out on the trail. Now what most of us are dealing with when we go out on our trail riding horses that we haven't been riding very much, when we get to an incline, we usually end up with a horse that wants to speed up going downhill. They want to speed up going uphill, and if they're fresh, they might even start bucking going uphill. I can't tell you how many times, Ernie, I have been on a trail ride and watched somebody get bucked off their horse while it was loping up a hill. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm trying to build in my horses, but I'm going to start off here. I'll roll this mare up to a lope, and I'm just going to lope a couple circles here, and I'm going to speed her up here a little bit. Yeah, a lot of horses are wanting to do that right there as you're going downhill. They're wanting to really speed up going downhill. And if they've got any horses in front of them, that only makes it worse, Ernie. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to help my horse a little bit understand how to what I like to say is downshift going downhill. And I got a couple different exercises that we use, Ernie. The first one is just going to be me, and I'm going to start off doing this slow, where I'm just going to bring my horse's nose around anytime they gain speed that I didn't ask for, and I'm going to hold them in this position until they get soft in my hand and they slow their feet. Now, Ernie, I need some room like this right here. I can't start this being out on a trail where it's a really steep bank and the trail's just wide enough for my horse. I need to have some terrain like this right here where I got some room to work so I can build the mind that I want in my horse. So I'm going to start that slow. I'll speed it up here once from a trot. So I'm trotting down my hill, pretend like I didn't ask my horse to go that fast. I'm just going to pick my horse up, bring my horse around, hold this until she's soft and she slows her feet. Then I simply go back to the top, Ernie, and I start over. And I'm going to work on that a lot. I'm going to work on that from a walk, from a trot, and from a lope, okay? And remember, where I could feel confident that I could come out here and lope down this hill, we'll stop her right here. She's going to kind of bounce to a stop right there. I'm going to kind of get after her a little bit right there and just say, I need you to put out a little bit more effort this next time. So as I'm going down this hill, I'm going to ask her to stop right here. See how I was really leaning back right there? I was trying to exaggerate my seat position. And I'm just going to play around with this, Ernie. Maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I might be here for an hour. I might even alternate. One time I might just tip the nose around, ask her to follow her nose, hold it till she slows down and gets soft, walk back to the top. The next time I might stop and back her to the top. But I'm going to play around here in hopes that I can get my horse in a frame of mind, Ernie, to where when I go ride with my buddies and we're riding on terrain that's not flat, I don't have that horse that's causing issues for all the other horses that wants to speed up going downhill and even speed up going uphill. I'm trying to get my horse in a frame of mind where they're listening to me more and they're ready for that downhill slope or even that uphill slope. And I'm not just making things safer for me, I'm making things safer, Ernie, for everybody that rides with me. So I hope that's something that your viewers can benefit from. It's about to be trail riding season. It's starting to warm up here in Kansas. You guys can even go and watch our latest episode that we filmed talking about this subject right here and see a little more in-depth as to the exact exercises and the approach that we take. And if you'd like more information about Kerry Kuhn horsemanship or our clinics, our clinic schedules, our lessons here in Medicine Lodge, our TAC, our sponsors, or even our horses that we have for sale, you can go to kerrykuhn.com. Thanks again, Ernie, for being here with us, and we'll see you next time.
My name is Nathan Smith, and I work for Show Me Christian Youth Home, and I run our Leadership U program here in Lamont, Missouri. We have a program here that's been now for about 6 years, and we have about 50 kids that are in our program here. Many of our kids live here on campus. Most of our kids live here with us. We run, it's basically an alternative to foster care. For whatever reason, they can't live with their mom and dad, and so they need a place to live. And this is a residential facility where kids come and live, and many of them will graduate from here and they'll be here with us for years. And so we have an opportunity over a long period of time, often with many of our kids, to really hone their skills, and we put them on these horses to do that. You know, a lot of our kids come from pretty traumatic backgrounds. They have experienced neglect, they have experienced abuse, they have experienced being left behind and feeling unwanted. They've experienced anger and they've experienced frustration and all of these things. You know, when our kids and the kids get around the horses, it's just an opportunity for them to pass on something good to another being, in this case a horse. of course, the kids always love spending time with their horse. You know, I found that you know, being able to reward their horse and petting their horse, and when we deal with obstacles, and you know, our kids you know, do a lot with obstacles where they're having to cross tilting bridges or very narrow bridges, or you know, things that are not your average obstacles, and the horses don't want to do them. And so these kids get to we try to talk to them about how do you create, how do you make this obstacle seem like the place that that horse wants to be, and creating a positive place for that horse, and helping our kids realize that they need to stay facing forward. That's a really important concept with kids that have trauma in their backgrounds, difficulties in the past, things that could get them stuck, where they could think, you know, this has happened to me in my past and I'll never be any different. And it's really important when we work with horses that we're looking forward. Whether you're leading a horse or riding a horse, that you're not worried about what's behind you, because there's nothing back there for you. And I remind the kids all the time, there's nothing behind you. Everything is ahead of you, and that you don't have to be stuck where you were, and you don't have to be just like your parents were, or just like whoever that you knew or that you lived with. So we have 4 core principles that we try to build our program on, so that our kids are getting a structured means of how they're improving their leadership skills. So our first principle is service. And anybody that's been around horses very long knows that there's a lot of service that goes in, a lot of work that has to be done, a lot of needs that need to be taken care of. Then we want to use knowledge. And most of our kids come to us and don't have any previous experience with horses. So we start infusing that knowledge into them. Things that how to lead a horse, how to put a halter on the horse, how to tie their horse up safely, how to avoid getting stepped on. All these things that are very, very important when you're around horses, that we're going to start pouring this knowledge into them to make them a qualified leader for their horse. Then it's really about building their confidence, and that's our third principle. If you can know a lot of things, you can have a lot of knowledge, but if you don't have the confidence to put that into practice, then it doesn't work out very good. Head knowledge that is then acted out with a lack of confidence or timidity doesn't work out. And lastly, we'd love for them to have wisdom. And we try to train these kids that when they get out into the real world, that we have given them a place and a process where they can learn these kind of leadership skills. So I think that all these things give opportunities for our kids to heal and realize that they don't have to be stuck. They don't have to give in to the things that are easy, and they don't have to just feel like they're just a victim of their circumstances or situations, that they can actually make a difference and that they can change things for themselves. All right, well, if you'd like to get a hold of us here at Show Me Christian Youth Home, you can call our office at 660-347-5982, and you can leave a message for Nathan Smith with the front office, or you can go to Facebook and look us up, Show Me Christian Youth Home, or you can go to our website. That's at www.showmehelpingkids. We're just glad that you're watching Better Horses, and I hope you have a great day.
Hey folks, don't go anywhere. We've got more Better Horses coming to you right after this from our sponsors.
You care about your animals and feeding them the best. And that's where Purina's local Kansas City dealers step in, providing you experience, knowledge, service, and advice. Purina feed dealers are people who believe in community involvement and who believe in you. They have a passion for the feed industry and are committed to helping customers unlock the potential of every animal. If you are looking for a trusted source for your animals, look no further than your local Purina feed dealer, your partner in animal care.
In a natural, free roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources, to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary FlexPlate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
We really like them. They contour the horse's back, help your saddle fit real good, and they work on a little flatter withered horse or on a high withered horse. Either one, we can make them fit, and horses are really comfortable under them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
Hi guys, I'm Hope Hobdig-Lynn, and I'm here at my barn, Pinnacle Equestrian. Come on in. We're really lucky that we have a small place, so we can be really hands-on with all of our horses. We live in a circular barn, so it's kind of fun. It's very social for the horses. And luckily, they get to be out all day, so that's why nobody's in here right now. So we do have some grass turnouts. They can go in for a couple hours a day, but mainly all our feeding is done with grass hay or alfalfa hay, depending on their diet, and the supplements from Purina. The one thing that I use for all of my horses is I use the Strategy Healthy Edge because it has Outlast in it. And if you don't know, this is a direct top supplement that helps you reduce the need to use ulcer medicine and helps keep your horses from forming new ulcers. And it's so easy because it's already in the feed and they like the taste of it. I also have Equine Senior because anytime I need to mix, although I don't have any senior horses here, anytime I need to mix something, maybe horses don't like the taste of a medication or something like that, Equine Senior is the best for me to mix with because horses like the extra molasses that's in it. So just so you have a little sneak peek about what we feed here. I keep a stash of Super Sport here, so when I have the jumpers and I need a little more energy, I'll add Super Sport to their diet, which I can tell you makes a huge difference in 3 days if you need energy or a little more stamina in your horse. In that same aspect, if they give you a little too much, you can back off and they'll come right off of that extra energy.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Review.
Hey guys, I'm Chef Del Mark.
Welcome to Better Horses TV. Hearty Grub with Chef Del Mark. Mark, it seems like it's been a long time since we've been together.
It has been a little bit, but we're going to make up for it tonight.
Well, I'm excited about what you got going on here. Let's talk about what you're going to be making tonight.
You know, I usually don't cook anything but beef, but it had this beautiful pork roast, and so we cooked the pork roast up, and what do you do with pulled pork? You make enchiladas out of it.
Right.
So we're making pork enchiladas tonight.
Well, the good thing is it's not chicken.
No, you know me better than that. We don't do chicken.
But I'll tell you what, I'm excited about. Let's talk a little bit about what you're going to do, and I'm going to step out of the way and let you have at it.
Okay, we'll get started. For the enchilada sauce, tomato puree. You can use other tomatoes, but you're going to have to thicken them if you do. The puree just works great. About 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Fresh herbs. I've got some thyme, no, not thyme. Should have Mexican oregano, but we don't have any. So it's oregano, basil, and parsley. In that, we're going to use smoked paprika, and quite a bit of it. Since we can't use chili powder, some ground cumin. And we're going to get our heat out of this chipotle chili powder. And we're going to put a little of that in the corn too. We're going to fry the corn pretty hard to try to get a little bit of color on it. As soon as this gets cooked down just a little bit, we're going to add just a little bit of red wine to it. In the other hot skillet, we're going to crust the pork back a little bit, just to get a little crust on it before it goes in the enchiladas. When this gets cooked down a little more, I got a stick blender. We're going to blend it up so it's really nice and smooth and creamy, and then I'll be back in just a minute to show you how to put the enchiladas together. The corn shells were a little dry, so they broke a little bit as we roll them. But I'm going to cover them in enchilada sauce and cheese, and you'll never know the difference. So anyway, you put the rest of your enchilada sauce right down the middle. Cover them up pretty good and nice. Mostly this is about the cheese anyhow. Got 2 types of cheese we're going to put on there. We're going to put on lots of sharp cheddar. And it ain't a big deal if you don't get that cheese clear out to the edges, because they're going to crisp up on the edges, and then you have a little crunch factor going on. And a little mozzarella cheese just for a little different texture right down the middle.
Some of the best enchiladas I've ever had in my life. Just really unbelievable, Mark.
They turned out pretty good. And the fried corn is really good too.
Really
I like
good.
that.
This is a tough job, folks.
The trouble with the enchiladas, when we went to rolling them up, the little corn shells broke and everything, but by the time you put the cheese on them and the sauce on them, it really didn't matter. It just made them look bad.
Let's not forget your fried corn.
Did the kind of Mexican fried corn with a little chipotle powder in it and little bacon and onions and stuff. Turned out good.
You're going to make someone a good wife.
I know. Tina made these dark chocolate fudge brownies with chipotle pepper in them, a little vanilla and some other goodies over some ice cream. A little shaved little chocolate on them, and I can't wait to get in there and try some of that.
I hope you enjoyed this week's Hearty Grub. It's just unbelievable. We'll see more of you later. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
John Deere is known for quality equipment. This quality has created a perception that John Deere is more expensive than other brands. But high quality doesn't mean high priced. The truth from buyers in our area is customers who have purchased a John Deere compact utility tractor saved more than $2,000. Dare to compare us before buying. You and your wallet will be surprised. Nothing runs as long as a Deere, and we'll prove it with our exclusive 10-year warranty. Visit heritagetractor.com/compare to learn more.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
How's your production on pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. If you've missed any of our episodes, you can check us out at betterhorses.com, where you can see all our shows.
You can also find us on Facebook or listen to any of our podcasts right from your mobile device.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year, also on the same website.
You're gonna love it.